Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Monday, June 8th. Hope everybody had a great weekend and looking forward to the new trading week. Let's see what this week has in store. Obviously, tons of volatility last, really Thursday, Friday. But the market is making a pretty good attempt here for a nice little movement back to the upside here. I think we've retraced about, I don't know, I would say somewhere around 35, maybe 40% of the move from Friday at least. Maybe not 40%, might be closer to 25, 30%. All right, so a few things that I've identified already here this morning. Found a nice little AVT setup here. Found actually two that I'm looking at. So this would be first one. You've got really nice impulsive move here on the 120 range. Nice little break of structure here. And if we kind of take a look at where our imbalance volume sits, if I drop down to the 60 range, this is where we have the most impulsive move right here in this purple section between the 29,245 and the 29,225. And then right below it, we've got another area that sits between the 29,206 and the 29,175. Again, we'll be looking for a a 30 range confirmation if we can get it here or here, no matter which one it wants to take it from. And then we also have got a signal that's sitting here at the 29,456, targeting the 29,449 and the 29,443. Extremely tight stop. It's what I saw on the chart. So it's at the 29,461 and a quarter. So I mean, we're risking here 5 points, and still staying with just ATR that's currently here. Might just go to break even if we get to TP2. And then if we kind of follow price action, we've got another unbalanced volume here, sitting between the 29,240s and the 29,700s. Put a line here so you guys can, a little easier to see. Keep going down. We've got another one here at like the 372s down to the 330s. We've got a key level at the 30,423. And then another nice piece of seller unbalanced volume sitting here. So obviously the movement we had on Friday created a whole bunch of unbalanced seller volume, which again we haven't really seen in the markets for a long time. But I do welcome them. And then to the downside, we've got key levels here at the 28,844, the 828, and the 780s. And then the ES is currently in a daily band. So we'll see how this band here holds up. We've got a buyer band below us, sitting at the 73.78 to the 73.55. Two key levels sitting right in this band at the 73.68 and the 73.58. Again, a good amount of buyer unbalanced volume sitting here. So our bias here would be a move to the upside. And from here, we'd like to see if the sellers can hold this line here. And then again, just more daily bands here on the ES. all of this is sellers, and that all of this is volume from Friday here. And then in gold, we've got a seller band sitting up here at the 43.94 to the 43.87. That's it. I don't have a buyer band down there. This should be like that. And then the next seller band on gold is at the 45.02 to the 44.93. Morning, Adam. English, good morning. Jay Loves, good morning. Aggie, good morning. Miss K, good morning. Paul, good morning. Keith, Joe, good morning. Todd Lewis, good morning. Ann Ket, good morning. Or Anki FX. Actually, some fantastic price action last night. Was not able to partake, but so far everything I saw from the open, the Sunday night open, till pretty much early this morning has been really good price action. So levels really, levels and bands holding up extremely well, which is good to see. Now, obviously, the only scenario here is if we get a runaway freight train to the upside. You know, we'll try to mark out as many unbalanced volumes as we can to the upside. We got key inflationary news on Wednesday. We've got SpaceX IPO on Friday. So should be a high moving week here. Let me change this order really quick here. It's at 56. There we go. It's off by a tick there. All right. 8%. Kevin, good morning. So I ended off the stream on Friday. I think it was down about 1100. It's kind of a seesaw kind of day. Took an early loss on one of my signals. Trying to think where the second loss was from. Can't remember. And ended up taking up a nice short to get me back into profit. That was like $300 or $400 into profit. And then the last trade was a short. Great setup, tagged me out of my stop, and then obviously, well, you guys saw what occurred on Friday. And then afterwards, in the signal trading room, I was able to take a short for about 28 points. Again, kind of fumbled I had a target of 60, I think it was like 60 points. Trailed my stop at 28 points, got tagged out. Maybe price action went against me from there. I don't know, maybe about 3 or 4 points, and then shot right down to the 60-point target. Again, super small trade here as far as stop. Got about 5 points of stop there. Still looking for an ATR. If we get to TP2, I'll just go to break even, and then let's see if we can capture a nice little at least 1 to 3, 1 to 4. And then the premium areas for me this morning right now, like I mentioned, definitely would like to take a long here at the 29.45 down to the 29.225. And right now, right here, this is super unbalanced here at the 29.196 to the 29.175. Not sure if we'll get a retracement there or not, but we'll see. And we just swept some liquidity right here. You can see sellers were pretty active right here at this top. I unfortunately lost my bubbles. I truly hope to get them back very soon. Got an email from the vendor. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. I got the prompt to update my NinjaTrader. Forgot what version it was. Let's see. I upgraded to the 8.171. I had upgraded it upstairs on my trading PC upstairs first, just to make sure that I didn't run into any issues. And I didn't. It was fine. But the PC down here is the one that has that that big trades indicator that I bought from Steady Turtle, and I've really started to really enjoy it. But got an email from them over the weekend. Quick heads up: NinjaTrader released an 8.7.1 a few days ago, and it looks to be causing vendor licensing issues. So it's saying if you haven't updated yet, hold off. I wish they would have sent that Friday, but it was literally the same day that I think I upgraded on Saturday, and this came out, I believe, on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday at 4:56 a.m. And the problem is there's no fix on the vendor side. There's only a fix on the they gotta wait for NinjaTrader, I'm assuming, to make some kind of adjustment. But then it's got me thinking, I'm like, for NinjaTrader to do an update again, that usually takes them a very long time. So I'm kind of hoping that the vendor figures out a kind of a workaround. There's always something. Again, just a 5-point stop here, pretty tight. They are going through some unbalanced volume right here, so would have been nice for them to tag me in on that little move right there. I do enjoy those moves right there, 2 entry. So at this point, if we take out TP2, then I will invalidate this setup. Oh, we did get tagged. Okay, nice. Take that one to break even already. Been pretty strong. If it holds, it holds. See if we can at least get an ATR out of this one. No, back, stopped out there for break even. Good break even. We'll get this guy out of the way. And we will take a look here now at this little new leg that we're forming here. I don't really like this so much. I don't feel like it had a really impulsive nature to it. If we take a look on the candlesticks, yeah, this is all balanced out right here. So not very strong right there. Now we could probably find a nice little 60 right here, AVT. And that would probably fall. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah. So this to me looks better here. Obviously we don't have our first retracement candle yet, so we can't complete the AVT yet, but this to me here looks just a little better. Now we don't have the higher range confirmation here. But on a what looks to be like a pretty quick up trending morning, we want to get involved in a long, we might need to do that here. And I didn't use my break even. I have my default as my break even button being break even plus 10 points now. It used to be just +1 just to cover commissions, but I'm kind of messing around with this idea as majority of my entries have been coming now on the 30 footprint. So if I get like a confirmation back into my zone, so let's say somewhere right here where we get a 30 range closing up green footprint with negative delta, which is my entry confirmation to go long. My typical stop is going to be between 7 and 9 points, depending on how good my entry is. So I adjusted my break even to 10 points, which would always be at least a 1-to-1. And then from there, you know, target ATR or an area in the AVT that also looks inviting. So once we, if this one closes here as a down bar, we will, we'll take a look and see. We'll see what kind of targets and things like that the setup wants to give us here. So now we could take our fixed volume profile tool. We go from the first, from our first footprint that started this upwards trend to our first retracement footprint, and we start to see some built-in targets. Point of control sitting up here, which seems like a pretty big target, but you know, I'll leave that gold just so we know that that's the point of control. And then we've got this target down here, which is value area low. Do that as entry because that's usually blue. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now all we're doing is we're just trying to find, we switch down to our 30 range, and we're just trying to find a retracement back into this purple area. See if we can get that flip that I'm talking about, which again, you see the delta bar here at the bottom. So what I'd be looking for an entry confirmation is a green footprint candle with negative delta. Pretty simple stuff. And ATR is currently sitting at about 19. So if we take a look at, you know, obviously I don't think we're going to get an entry perfectly at this area right there, but so value area lows at 14 points. So I'll kind of keep that as a mental note. This could be a good TP, especially if we get an entry somewhere like around here or here or here. You know, again, just really trying to look for that. At least minimum 2-to-1, but 3-to-1, 4-to-1 setups all day, and just sticking to that plan. I showed my Signal members on our live stream, our live trading room Friday afternoon, some of my stats from TradeZilla just on my funded accounts, and the stats for my risk to reward are almost 1 to 2.5 right now for June. My win rate's down. Actually, my win rate's a little bit, it's a little skewed. Let me actually see if I can pull this up. Hold on 1 second. I don't think I have, yeah, I think I do have Ninja Trader running upstairs. I do, shit. Let's see. Might not have this trade that we just took for break even updated yet. You can only have 2 instances of Ninja Trader running at the same time, so when I pull up my TradeZilla, it's actually acting as another instance. So we'll see here what this looks like. Did that from that side. And it's going to actually probably show another losing trade there. Let's see if that's updated. No, it hasn't updated yet. All right, so let's see if I can do this here the right way. Just some stats. Now, again, these are just my funded accounts. So here are all my PAs, my Lucids, and Tradeifys. Just funded. My cash accounts are not on this one right now. So for the month, this is just June 1st to the 8th. Net P&L is 3374, which again, you guys see that on the progress tracker. Shows 3400. Sometimes it's off a little bit by commissions. So this is the number that you know, that I'm super interested in. So my average, and this actually just went down a little bit, but my average loss is $62 and my average win is $137. That to me is what I've been working on. And, you know, obviously we got to get this part up, but this is a little skewed because we've got about 3 or 4 break-even trades that we've taken, which skews these numbers here. We had 2 IB trades that went for break-even. Pretty much that last trade went for break-even, even though I don't think it's not updated yet for Monday. So if my instance upstairs of NinjaTrader wasn't running, then this would have already updated. And this Thursday was pretty much a break-even day, so it counts as a losing day. But this is pretty much just commissions. All my accounts were down like $7, $10. So good day Monday, great day Tuesday, losing day Wednesday, break-even day, decent day Friday at the end, kind of rallied back there. So kind of the stats in a nutshell. We dropped 1,600 points, I think, on Friday. It's a total drop, so it was very orderly balanced selling, but you will find it again. And if we take a look at our first unbalanced volume area here on our NQ, which I have from the 29,740s to the 29,700s. If we take a look, you'll see where... was it here? No. Wait, what was that number again? I think I passed it. No, that's... okay. Let's go back up. Keep going up. Okay, here's the big dump. Let's see. Nope, we gotta keep going. All right. So first piece of unbalanced volume right here. So we did have, this is the first area of consolidation, and then a nice impulsive move back down to the downside. So that's why I see this as our first kind of unbalanced volume area to the upside. If you keep following up, you'll see the exact same thing on all of the unbalanced volume areas. It looks like we might just be continuing to the upside here. You can almost make a case for it right here as well. I would have liked to seen this, obviously I'd like to see this have developed a little bit further. This is getting really scalpy here. But market is on the move. Let's see what... Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one here. Rather wait to see a retracement here, or if we keep pulling to the upside, then we'll take a look maybe on the 120 to see if we can... Actually, this 120 doesn't look that great. I don't like the base of this. I like this one better here. Just stay patient. I'm just gonna wait for a retracement down to this 29,434. Not much more I can do here. So again, if you're wondering where my big bubbles are at, vendor had an issue with the recent NinjaTrader update that knocked off their licensing, I guess, for it. So I don't really have a timetable on when I can get that back. But I got a feeling in my gut that it's not going to be anytime soon, based on his email of saying that it's on NinjaTrader to fix. I mean, that's... And again, we could get back to the 30,000 number here today. And the ES is working through this, through its unbalanced seller volume here. So if it can get through this band, that'll be a really good sign of strong buying pressure here today, which we're already seeing, but we do have our first piece of buyer unbalanced volume on gold. You guys are guys are mapping these out. And this is sitting at the 43.27 to the 43.21. Well, my daughter won her, they won her softball tournament on Sunday, yesterday. Which is kind of crazy because it's her first tournament that she's won since being on her travel team for about 5 years. Which is crazy because they're a really good team, but they've had like 7 or 8 second place finishes in tournaments. This is against really good competition. Now, my younger daughter, which is the daughter that I coach her travel team, I should say I used to. She played for about 4 years. This was her first year that she did not want to play travel softball anymore. We won like, I want to say at least 8. We had 2 years ago. We had a season we were 51-1. I mean, it's a lot of games, but it was 51-1. And we swept all the tournaments. And then they just won their, that team that she's not on anymore. They just won their Evanston tournament, which is a local tournament here that we've won, I think, 5. Well, we've won 4 out of the 5 years, but 1 year the game got rained out and there was no winner. So that was the only year that we didn't claim that victory. Funny thing is that was the year that we were probably facing our greatest adversary. They were a really good team. But it would have been a good fight. So it was good to see them come through. I actually thought they were going to end up choking at the end. My daughter made an error at shortstop, which was kind of unlike her. She's a great softball player. She made a throwing error to first. It was like a one hopper, and it was in the last inning to get a girl on first. And we were only up 1. It was 6-5 us in the 7th. We were the home team, so we just needed to hold them. Next hit was a strong liner to my daughter. She did catch it, threw it to second. They got the force at second. Then the next one was a kind of a weak hit. Got right through the pitcher. My daughter came up to the middle, made a great play to first for the second out. And then they got another girl on base, so there's two on base. Mind you, we're only winning by 1. And a pitcher struck out the third batter for the win. It was starting to rain. So it's nice to see them pull through. Yeah, girls softball, so my daughter's 16. She's they're probably pitching at about, I would say, 55 to 60 miles per hour, but from a very short mound. So it's probably equivalent to 80 miles per hour in baseball. At 16 years old, that's tough. And not all pitchers are throwing, you know, that high. But then if they're not throwing that high, they usually means that they've got a great curveball, slider, an off speed. The off speed is probably the one pitch that throws them off the most. Because again, it's such a short distance that when they release, the batter's already in a motion to swing. It's a little different than baseball. I mean, baseball, you're loading up maybe at the end of the release. But in softball, you're pretty much when the arm goes back, they're already kind of getting ready for the pitch. So if the pitcher's got a good off speed, it throws off the batter's timing ridiculously. Actually makes them look kind of dumb when they're out there if you get a good off speed pitcher. And that's genuinely what wins games in softball is pitching. You get a dominant pitcher. I mean, that, like I said, the year we went 52-1 or 51-1, we had just 3 like studs of pitchers. And my younger daughter had a volleyball tournament on Saturday and Sunday, so I went on Saturday with her to Navy Pier. It's a huge tournament. It's like a national tournament. They made it pretty far, but they ended up losing, I think, in the semifinals, which kind of surprised me. I thought that they probably would have got dropped out a little bit earlier. There's really good teams. The nice thing is that my wife ended up taking her on Sunday, and then I took my oldest to her softball tournament, which I was happy I did because the games were great. As far as shit, but and I forgot to charge my Tesla on Saturday night. I was exhausted when I got home. Went to bed pretty early. Completely forgot to charge my car. I was able to get there and then literally made it to a supercharger with like 1% left on my battery, maybe 2%. Which they say you shouldn't take it under 5%. It's not good, but I had no choice. And I would say out of about a year and a half of owning it, I've only taken it to a supercharger maybe 3 or 4 times. I've been pretty good about remembering to charge it all the time. Are you old enough to know the king and his court? No, it doesn't ring a bell. Let's see what Google says here. The king. Ah, first thing that pops up when you type in the king. Legendary 4-man fast-pitch softball team formed in 1946 by pitcher Eddie the King Feiner. The traveling squad, consisting of only a pitcher, catcher, first baseman, and shortstop, toured globally for over 50 years, playing over 10,000 games, performing comedic stunts like blindfolded. That's cool. It's kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters of basketball, of softball, I should say. Wow. He consecutively struck out Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Brooks Robinson, and Roberto Clemente in a softball versus Major League Baseball exhibition, charity exhibition game. Very cool. I didn't know about it. Keith in the Signal member saying that he saw them play maybe 40 years ago. Amazing picture. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, the wifey's in the chat. Look at you up so early. She completed her first Legends payout. When did you get that? Was it Thursday or Friday through Rise? Friday. Good job, sweetie. Good job. You make me look bad. Or you might make me look good. Who knows? All right, see if we can get a retracement down here into that 29,434 area. Seems like we're kind of consolidating here. Market might be just taking a little pause here, but this does look like a pretty strong move to the upside. All right, let me go refill my coffee. I'll be right back. So I already know we've got some unbalanced volume here. And when we kind of refine this area, which is kind of right to the point of control right here on the previous leg. So it's kind of a big area right here. Just kind of need to keep it right there. If we could tap back into that point of control, that would be actually not such a bad idea. The retracements so far have not been very strong. Just trying to find a way to partake in this long situation. Yes, it's still in this daily band. So what's your guys' thoughts on the SpaceX IPO? Think it's going to be as insane as the hype is all about, or? The thing that concerns me about SpaceX is not really their revenue model, even though I don't really have seen much as far as their revenue is. But I think you know, obviously with the political climate here, I think you know, if the control goes back to the Democrats for presidency or for the House and Senate, I don't know how easy it's going to for him to get government contracts. If it stays, I think, kind of Republican controlled, I think that because SpaceX is going to need, I would think, maybe another 10 years to get super intertwined into, I mean, the government, NASA has nothing compared to SpaceX, which is kind of insane because their budget is 1,000 times more. But I think if they get more intertwined, where even if the Democrats were to come back into office, if they get so intertwined that you can't just unravel it so quickly because you don't have any other option, and then I think that could be a huge play. And how many of us thought about just longing from yesterday? I mean, you could have just been on one micro long, and could have killed it. This is just kind of a runaway now. Which for me personally, on my trading style, is not the most conducive. I really do need some pullbacks. I enjoy, you know, these types of days probably the best. I can handle these days, but right now it's just like this. That was a bad second leg there, but you get the point. Oh yeah, I mean, I thought about it last night too. Just keep a micro contract, 100-point stop, 500-point take profit, and just let it run. All right, start a quick poll. I just want to get your idea on the market open here. So it could be kind of interesting. My question is, do you think we retrace 50% of this move at the open? So first answer would be yes, we are dumping at the open, or no way, the bulls got this. Let's see what your thoughts are. I'm going to go against, I think, popular opinion. I think we retrace for some reason. I think we retrace. Or it could have just been a pure manipulation move Thursday, Friday, just for big players to buy at the bottoms. They took all their profits on Friday. Now they want to make their profits back up on the way up throughout this week. Could be a play. Running up 1,000. Yeah, I mean, the 1,000 points gets them pretty close to that 30,000 number. The stuff, which Apex accounts do you have? I'm currently on 50K Apex legacy accounts. And these are the same accounts that I've been trading since end of November, early December. I can't remember exactly the date. Morning, FTDK. Just putting some lines up here. Let's see. Now this leg here on the 120 is going to probably be a little bit more telling if we can retrace here or not. Got about 15 minutes for the opening bell. All right, so majority think that we are going to retrace a good portion of this move at the open. Well, we got 12 minutes to find out. Actually, this looks better to me right here. For possible targeting from this purple area. I can keep this one here too. We'll get rid of some of these lines once we get price action going, because I know it's kind of confusing when you're looking at it on the candlestick. So these right here would be targets from this buyer unbalanced volume area. And for me, this is a previous point of control on, I believe, on this prior leg right up here. So could get a flip in this region here. That would interest me. Then we're also contending with the market open, so All right, 5 minutes to market open here. Probably get rid of this guy up here. All right, 3 minutes to the craziness. Let's see what happens here. All right, here we go. Okay, right into the point of control there from that previous leg. I feel a little naked today with not having my little market bubbles. I do miss them. Hopefully they get that squared away pretty soon. I don't feel like they will, but... All right, come right back into this untested volume right here. Right smack here. They still seem to be getting jammed up here at the 590s, 600s. ATR sitting about 27. That was a good flip right there. All right, a lot of downwards pressure here, so let's just kind of pause on this guy here. Let's see how they fare better over here. I need to see at least one of these kind of hold up prior to taking one here. Only 4 minutes into the market open. They're making Swiss cheese out of this. So we've got it now. Kind of take a look here. Kind of funny looking pattern here. Should be able to take this low out here. Got some buying pressure right here, so that's going to be a key piece right here. Let's see if they can break through there. Yeah, their next piece of volume that they probably would want to attract down to is going to be around the 350s. So right around here. There's a good piece of volume sitting right there that they're going to probably want to do some business at. So I think if they break this low, they go straight to the 50s. And then probably gravitate here for a little bit. It's insane right now. These are 10 points second. If you were on the 1 second candle, you'd be looking at 10 points for every second. We're just kind of stuck in this little I mean, you can obviously see where the sellers were strong. Buyers strong. So we kind of need to see who's gonna kind of break out right here. I mean, the sellers are putting up a fight, but I don't know. They might get bamboozled here. Again, no one's really putting up a... All right, now buyers showing some strength here. They had a nice flip here too. Nice little continuation flip right here. I'm really curious to see if we can get a break here to the tops. Damn, just spilled coffee all over my shirt. So they're still doing a good job right here. Wow, we're getting tighter and tighter here. Not much to do here yet. You gotta stay patient here this morning. I mean, this is a very easy place to get wrecked. Let's see if they sweep this liquidity. Now let's see what All right, a little interesting spot here. If we can retrace back into here, this would be I think the first true good test. of any unbalanced volume so far in the open. Maybe a little bit of a riskier play. This is probably like a B setup. I don't have any high time frame confirmation over here, or high range confirmation, I should say. Shit, we're at 55 on the ATR. Holy moly. Might be a little too nutty. We did bounce off those 50s that I was talking about earlier, where the volume profile was obviously expanding. It was the first good piece of big chunk. And I've got a feeling that our entry might need to come off the 60 here, but I'm going to try to take a look here on the 30. I just don't know if I could be that quick with price action right now. Thanks, Vortex FX. Let's see what we get here. Again, my initial thought is we probably need to be on the 60. But we'll see. I mean, volatility is just crazy. 56 on the ATR, and the range are just, I mean, to even get a fill here is going to be tough. And they keep fucking balancing all this shit out too, which doesn't help me. I mean, this is like price action with news. Now we did get the flip there. Wow. I gotta take a pause there. Well, looks like the flip would have worked right here. That would have been hairy. I haven't said much. The flip on the 30 there would have worked. The flip on the 20 there, on the 60 would have worked. Ah. Wait there just a second, buddy. Let's see if this zone here wants to hold up. Not, no flip there. Fuck. Positive delta right there. It's like almost a flip, but and the preceding candle has a ton of volume like that. I had a really difficult time here this morning. And the only reason why I kind of like this one up here is that we are kind of at the top of the range here. So if we are going to stay in this range, I'd much rather be at this top side here. But a lot of liquidity sitting up here as well. I think we almost need to like encompass that. And then if they do break through here, you know, then the Bulls have a little bit more conviction because they had a trouble spot right there. They've had kind of a trouble spot right in this general vicinity, actually. This whole area right here has been tough for the buyers to get through. Now, I just try to find as sniper as I possibly can. In a market like this, it's a little tough to be a sniper today. It's almost better to have a shotgun today. But if I'm wrong on the move, I'd rather control my risk and rather be wrong by a little and right by a lot. That should be a new slogan. That should be my tag. Should be my tagline. Shotgun trader. Can't hit a mouse, but definitely can take down an elephant. All right, let's see if we get a flip here. Nope. Negative delta. Jesus. Just not giving me any. This seems kind of sweepy to me here now. If we bum rush this right here, I think we sweep the tops here. Let's see if we sweep the tops here. See, like this is telling me that right here they're just not strong enough yet to break through on this in this area right here. Ideally, I'd like to see them break out right here, not retrace much more down. For them to show really any type of breakout, they got to do something like this. They got to come back here and test this all out, because you could also have a big sweep on your hands. All right, good strength there by the bulls. A lot of pickup of volume there. I'm gonna take a long there. I gotta move this down just a bit. And let's leave that target right there. Come on. Hold up here. Actually, we gotta go 21 points. Come on. No. Saw the big increase in negative delta right there with the flip. That hurt. That hurt. Let's see if I didn't lose sight of context here. I'd like to give this another shot here on the long. And this is a pretty big stop here as well. Where are we at on the ATR? 50. Holy shit. Be nice if this was a stress-free trade. Come on, you already balanced that out. Let's go. Good volume. Let me take that to break even. Actually, +1 if we have to. Let's go. All right. We get there 44 points. Nice trade. So kind of had to wait for the higher range, waited for that 120, which was sitting right here. Didn't really like this trade though. Didn't like the first one. Yeah. I didn't capture the full ATR though. I mean, the ATR was sitting at 50. So captured about 44 points there. So it took a 21-point loser and a almost 44-point winner. All right, it's not terrible. A day like today, I mean, again, I'm my worst critic, I guess. Was that the initial ballot? Yeah, it was. This was the initial. Fuck, that probably would have been a nice trade there. Why didn't I have that marked off? Come on, chat. I count on you guys for when you see I'm missing out on something here. Let's just see what the... Let's see if it would have saved us some money or lost us some money here. I'll be honest with you, that's a tough one too, because you got that high right here, but let's just... shits and giggles. Oh, my bubbles just worked! Yay! They figured it out. Let's go. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Alright. God, that just made me so happy. I can't get the line. I feel like I'm right there. All right, let's see now. Let's go to the 30. 30 I think would have been tough, but let's just see. I think I'm not gonna say anything. Let's just see what would have happened. All right, so you get a clean break over the IB. You came back down. Oof. Well, that to me would have been a sign for a long off the retest there. That would have been a tough one. I mean, I might have been just in short mode here, so I might have missed that. Might have been in short mode. All right, so nothing on the 60. On the 30. Let's just see the 60. If the 60 would have given you anything. No, 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 no. I don't know. I would say more than likely I would not have traded the IB there. I might have gotten fooled into that retest there. Yay, bubbles are back. Let's see if he sends an email. Love that guy. Should be featured in Nope, I haven't got an email from him yet. But I don't care, they popped up. They're working. All right, English, have a good day, man. I'll be right back, guys. Well, bears now definitely, I'm sorry, the bulls now definitely seem like they're in control. Once again, they're going to have to get through this. I don't really have a good trading opportunity from here. I got no level here either. So I'm not sure how much they're going to respect right here. And I'll be honest with you, the trade that's worked out multiple times, and it looks like it's going to probably work out again today, is, sorry, I don't know why I was on there, is a retest of the IB. The only issue is the last two times, you can get almost like the perfect entry off the 30 range. Both, I mean, like for like 3 days straight, I've been saying retests of the IB, green footprint, negative delta. We just haven't gotten the negative delta like twice now. That's the only part that kind of stinks with that one. But you can obviously see where the unbalanced volume is sitting, and it's right here. Right there. That's where that guy's sitting. And refine it. Let's put the little guy there. That's just kind of what I see. Just like a retest right here. Just dip right into that 120 range volume and go. All right, let's update the trade counter. So we took one loser, well, one winner, one loser, and one break even. All right, ATR's coming down just a bit. We're at 45. I mean, great signs right here. You know, they were able to absorb all the selling pressure right there. Buyers came in. This is where you want to see the buying pressure at. Again, they beat up the sellers right here. Most likely a flip if you look at it on a footprint. What time was this? Around 9. Probably closed at 10. 9:58 to 10. Let's see. 958 to 10. Right there. See, it shows you the exact same thing. It's a good continuation model right here. Nice flip. And that's going to show you this guy right here. How the hell they just destroyed those sellers right there. And we come into an unbalanced volume area, and what do we see? The second we tap in, we got the big volume bubbles. It does look kind of reversal-y here, though. Let's see if it shows anything interesting. If the 120 flips here, we could see a good movement to the downside. No flip there. Granted, a lot of positive delta going into it. The 120 is the one you're going to want to watch here out of this area. And they've left this unbalanced, so this will be a good target. If this flips red, you definitely got a good target here at the 29,629. Yay, my bubbles are back. No email from this guy, though. He said he was going to email once it was fixed, but... yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, so no flip there. It doesn't look like it's going to be a flip on the 120. Maybe it did. No, it didn't. Alright. So now their buyers are just still in control here. And this is now a continuation model. Yeah, this is... they're more than likely going to get through this band. Don't really have much to trade here, minus this little 60 AVT. 120's got a nice one right here. I think it's the same. Yeah, this is unbalanced volume here. I don't think they're gonna stop, guys. I really don't think they're going to stop. All right, let's just see. Let's just see what this looks like here. Granted, if we get a reversal, I mean, if we get a down candle here, that is going to be a flip, so be very cautious with the long right now. Long in this area. But we're just keep playing the trend here. It's right here. This is like your perfect spot right there. That's where the unbalanced volume's at. Load. Reaction zone. Boom. We could have just bought a micro, guys, in the early morning. No stress. This market is nuts. Yeah, we're about probably 60% of the move to the downside from Friday. It's crazy. I wonder how prop firms do on days like Friday and today. But then again, I mean, most people trade. Most traders are trading during this time right here. This is like 8 to almost 10 a.m. And, you know, this was tough. This was really tough. So I don't know. Maybe they do okay, even on a big trend day like today. Be cool if we could get like statistics on, like real statistics on props. See the weekly, if there's anything here coming up. Yeah, there's one coming up on the week here. And 74.99. Excuse me. Damn, Herman, thank you so much. I appreciate that. What's up, Rob? Thank you for your levels. You've been helping my trading. That's amazing. Glad to hear it. These are pretty good. My wife bought me some ginger chews with no sugar, but they're like gummy ginger something. Oh, they're fantastic. I love ginger though. Oops, sorry about that. You know, one thing I was gonna do. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Let's see. Let's go over here. Stick turtle. I don't know if this is gonna work. I've been meaning to do this. Oh yeah, it does work. Nice. Okay. No, I like that. Ooh. It could be dangerous now with this. I was trying to see if this would work over the weekend, but the big trades indicator was not working. Very interesting. Very. So, question from JLoves. Hey Rob, if you hit your 50% consistency on Lucid, can you still trade to pass it, or should you wait for the next day? Well, it all depends on what part of the 50%. If you're on the first part of the 50%, you really need, they say 2 days to pass, but to do that is really, really difficult. You got to be like exact almost, because it's going to be a little hard to take 2 exact 50% consistency wins. Granted, my wife did it, which I don't know how the hell she did that, but she did it. So realistically, you need 3 days. So the way I usually break it up is like, 1,500, 1,500, and then, like a $100 day or $75 day. That's all you need. But you don't really get much benefit on going much more than your 50% on your consistency on the first day, unless you want to trade this. Unless you're taking, if you set yourself up with a 5-day period to pass the eval, then obviously you get a little bit more in drawdown. Or I shouldn't say drawdown, but you get a little bit more in buffer. But just know that you're going to have to take bigger trades on that 3rd, 4th day than it would be on, like, if you had a $1,500 day and a $1,500 day. You really only need a few bucks on the 3rd day to pass their consistency. So, like, again, this is a bad example here because I don't like the setup. But if we could kind of delete this now here, just so I can give you guys this example here. We don't really have an AVT setup from here on the 60. The 120's got one that's a little bit down below. But where I see, I say it half-heartedly. The unbalanced volume that I see sits right there, but they balance all this out. Really, this part here was not super impulsive. You do get a nice reaction off of that here. And it does coincide, obviously, with your big volume bubble right here as well. But again, I just didn't have a lot of... It's not a setup for me by any means, because... For me, I need to see break of structure here. I need to see an impulsive move to consider this to be a reaction zone that I'd want to take a scalp off of. Everything else looked great. And like your 120, I believe, begins right here. Yeah, your AVT setup would start from right here to right there. Low value area sitting right down here. And again, I had this all gold. There is a gold section right here that's sitting on the 120. That's right here. But for me, what I consider to be super juicy is this purple area, which if we drop down to the 60, you can find, if I can grab it, right there. Like, that's impulsive right here, nice impulsive move, break of structure right here. And the only thing that we're missing here would be if we had some bubbles here. This is the IB test, so this is a key level for us here this morning. And like I said, guys, the last couple of days I've been looking at this. We get a retracement right to the IB, and then we continue to go actually to the up and the bottom, because on Friday we had a retest of the IB straight down, but I didn't get a flip here. That was my only issue. JLS, he's actually he's almost working at the pool almost every single day. He already left this morning. We're trying to figure out a day where I can get my son, and I got to kind of work on the technology side a little bit to see how I can make that happen. I think it's possible. I just don't know how I could get it into my streaming software. His computer, his screen, and him. Maybe there's a plugin for OBS, like as a screen share or something like that, or I don't know. It's a nice little pullback here by buyers. Let's see, did they flip anything up here? They did. All right, we gotta be a little careful here. They did flip this here on the 120. They look like they're gonna flip here. That's a continuation. So, as much as I've been talking about this long on the IB, it might not be the best here. That's strong pressure here now from sellers. So let's maybe just chill here. Of course, we're gonna look at it because we love to. All right, here's the test. Oh, it's gonna give it to you. It's gonna give it to you. Oh my goodness. That was the flip right there. That's where I would take a long. I would have taken a long right here. Let's see if that would have worked out. I would have my stop sitting right here. So my long would have been right on the flip. There's my stop. Let's see if it was a good call. Yes, it was. All right, good. And the only reason why I didn't really avoided that was this right here. This is all about a selling pressure right now. So flip right here, continuation flip right here. So all of this is downwards pressure right now. So that definitely saved me some ammunition. Oh no, the IB high is sitting over here. Scratch all that, guys. Forget what I just said. The IB is sitting down here. I thought that was the IB. That was the. Actually, I don't know what the hell that was. Well, I don't know what I was looking at there. But still, same concept applies. You've got a lot of downwards pressure right now. Let's see. Let's see. No flip. So this is exactly what I've seen the last couple of days, and then we just rip, and we don't get the flip. This was the IB. Sorry guys, it's a great thing I didn't take a trade over there up there. Again, a good amount of downward pressure just came into the market, so just be careful. Looks like the same model might play out here again. Let's see. I mean, that was a pretty strong move down from the sellers, so let's just see if the buyers are just taking a pause here. This has been the area of the really strong reversals. Yep, they fixed it. Good news. The licensing issue is sorted. Turned out to be on NinjaTrader's side, a certificate error. Good. Good job, buddy. Appreciate you. He had an easy time trading during school. Don't ask me how. But he definitely is not looking at his phone when he's lifeguarding. That's for sure. Thanks, Jalos. I appreciate that. Very true. Very true. The bubbles do draw a little funny on the footprint chart. I have a problem with all my drawings on the footprint. They, for some reason, they don't draw very well, and that could be a problem. Like I'm seeing a bubble up here, but I'm not seeing it on the candlestick. Should have been somewhere right around here. Okay, so that could be an issue. And again, one other thing to think about is, you know, you look at today's price action and, you know, you can always say, you know, price action traders today, for the most part, you know, if you're trading with whatever type of bands, you know, an EMA or something like that, sure, VWAP's got to be, I would think VWAP would be somewhere right around here, if I had to guess. Let's see. Let's take this off. Let's draw that again. I'm going to say VWAP's probably somewhere right around here, if I had to guess. And then let's just put the VWAP indicator. Oh, where is it? Order flow, VWAP. Oh, no, VWAP's trailing big time. Big time from my line. I assume that's... Oh, but you know what? That might not be... I gotta do for the session. Let's do... How do I do that? I think it should start a... Trading hours. We need to do not electronic. We need to do regular CME futures, regular trading time. Let's see if this will adjust it in here. Still kind of wait. Well, I guess I can make anything work on a if I expand it. I'm pretty cool. I don't know. I guess I was pretty close. But the purpose of that was, you know, just kind of going back to what you're saying about keeping it simple. Let me just get this. There we go. So on days like today, you can't be fooled by, you know, also looking at the chart and being like, wow, you know, you keep it simple and, you know, you take a long and you're pretty much, you wait for a little retracement, you continue on the long, you know, again, you've got whatever type of EMA you've got going on here. You could take a long here, you could take another long here. And it looks simple, but this is, you know, how many days in the market do we get, you know, like this, where we're tracing 1,000-point move and we've already gotten to about 70% of that retracement. So in 2 days, you've had a bounce up and down of 3%, maybe 4% on the NQ. Nah, about 3.5% on the NQ up and down. So yeah, it's going to look simple, especially when you look at it in hindsight on a chart. You're going to be like, well, yeah, this is, you know, why am I waiting for these bands, or why am I waiting for this? Why am I waiting for this? Because on 80% of the days, you're not going to have price, probably less than that. You're obviously not going to have reaction like this, but you're still going to get trending days. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously probably 2 out of the 5 days in the week are going to be a trend. Majority of the time, we're probably like something like this, with like a slightly upwards momentum, or it could be a slightwards downwards momentum. So just don't lose sight of, no matter which way you look at it, this is a very difficult, it's a very difficult business that we're in. All right, YouTube, I think I might call it a morning with you guys. Appreciate the support. Good start to the week. If you're feeling like FOMO today, I don't blame you. If you got FOMO on Friday, I don't blame you. It's tough to see in the market move 600 points and, you know, trying to capture just a few slivers at a time. And sometimes even when you got the direction bias right, you obviously can still take some losses. ATRs come down to about 36. So markets, I'm not gonna say that we ain't gonna hit 30,000 today because I think it's very likely. I mean, it doesn't seem that far off on the chart, to be honest with you. All right, have a good one. I will see you guys here tomorrow.